It's a pleasure and honor for me to represent the women in the sport.
This probably represents me more than any wartime that I have done, and count on me, I'll do my best.
And I believe that with a good organization, everybody come together, we can make a big difference.
And I think that this right here is the first real step in that direction.
Because one person or one organization is not going to do anything by themselves. So they really need us and we need them.
The voice of JJGF. Welcome back to the voice of JJGF. I'm your host, Mafu Kobus. In today's installment, we follow my discussion with Master Caique Elias. Master Elias has practiced our art for many decades under the Gracies. He taught at the famed Gracie Academy in Torrance, California, received his black belt from Grandmaster Elio Gracie, and his coral belt from Master Hickson Gracie. Currently, Master Elias continues teaching at his own academy in Lomita, California. As a business commissioner for the Jiu Jitsu Global Federation, Master Caique shares his thoughts on Jiu Jitsu with us on the voice of JJGF. Hello and welcome to another episode of the voice of the JJGF. My name is Mafu Kobus and I am here today with Professor Caique Elias. Hello, Professor. How are you?
Good. Thank you. A pleasure to be here.
Well, it's our pleasure to have you, sir. As you well know, as a member of the Business Commission, we are here to discuss Proposition B1. Of course, we talked with other commissioners about this, but now it's an opportunity for you to voice your thoughts and for us to record your statement on Proposition B1. And this proposition, business for the Business Commission, centers specifically around Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu associations, academy owners, coaches, and event promoters, and the amount of data that they have available to them about the demography and the behavioral characteristics of the consumers within our industry. So to that end, we sent you a business proposition that you reviewed. And one of the most important questions we have to ask is, how important do you believe it is to create and implement a database that contains the demographic and consumer behavioral characteristics of our industry?
Well, I think it's very important. You know, when you talk about the demographic, that is, for us, I think it is important that we are in an area where there is a concentration of young kids, which is the future for our martial art, of course, but also is about what can we give back to this community. So Jiu-Jitsu has a big ability, a big pro feature that is to educate these kids and give them confidence, give them ideas of how to behave or how to eat, how to live their lives, and maybe even become their lifestyle. So for us, it's very important to have information about demographics in terms of families and kids around. I think for us will be the more important thing.
So you answered what my second question is in part, which is what demographical information about our industry would be beneficial for your business or even a business like yours. And for you, it's a question about, it seems to be important to have some sense of the type of people that you have around you, whether or not you have a broad base of children and families in the area. Is there other information that's important to you as well about the demography?
Well, this is because our martial art can benefit people in so many ways. So, you know, I think the most important thing is about having families around it, but also we can be in an area where there is a workforce. You know, there is a bunch of companies where people want to have an activity, and Jiu-Jitsu can become a physical and a mental activity for these people that improve their capacity on their jobs. They can produce better. They can work better in a better environment. So that is another demographic that will be very interesting for our industry to really go into that.
Amongst that demography, what is it about their behavior that's important for you in your business? What sort of things do you need to know about their spending habits or about their eating habits or maybe how they use their disposable income?
Once again, this is like I say, Jiu-Jitsu has such a great benefit to bring it to people's life that if we are in an area where people are overweight, we can like help these people. If we are in an area where people are fit, we can keep these people fit and they give them the ability to not only have a good workout, but learn how to defend themselves. So it's very important that we, as a jiu-jitsu ambassador, as a jiu-jitsu instructors, we really inform people of the benefits of jiu-jitsu.
Do you think that there's information that's out there that's important to people who are interested in getting involved or supporting the jiu-jitsu community from a business standpoint, or sponsoring either events or academies or maybe even individuals that we're not making available right now?
Well, look, that is jiu-jitsu grow a lot, but it's still a very disorganized martial art. If you compare to taekwondo, if you compare to judo, it's a disorganized martial art because everybody wanna do their own thing. Everybody wanna create their own rules. Everybody wanna make their own competitions. I don't see no one out there saying that the main benefit of a competition, of a jiu-jitsu competition, is to give a chance to the students to test themselves with no punch. That is not everybody want to go there and exchange punch, but there is a lot of people that will overcome fear, overcome nervousness, and everything by going there and having maybe one-time experience. But I don't see no one exploring, no one mention this. It seems like I'm the only person that I've been talking about. Is competition is a great way to have the students test themselves, test their ability, test their confidence, control fear, control their nervous in an environment where punch are not allowed. So it's a great benefit, but I don't see too many people talking about it. So the biggest problem we have in Jiu-Jitsu is that there is no one organizing this in a way that everybody support. People support it here, people support it there. So we need to find a point where, hey, everybody can support without to have a confrontation, without to give any loss to anyone. So I think this is the point we gotta reach. In that way, we strengthen our martial art in terms of being recognized by the community, in terms of being more into the communities and let people know what is jiu-jitsu about.
Recent statistics indicate that jiu-jitsu holds the smallest market share, and by within the last few years, there has certainly been significant growth. Why do you think it is beyond disorganization internally? Is there something in the culture, in the American culture, that drives people towards other martial arts like judo and taekwondo, as opposed to jiu-jitsu?
Well, look, I don't put judo on that category. I think taekwondo and karate, they start to have these marketing programs that awarding belts and promote and make people think So many times I see a parent come to me and say, "Oh yeah, my son is a black belt in taekwondo." So just that kind of thing. How can a kid 10 years old can be a black belt? That is done for all about the money, and still is a predominant culture into the American world because a lot of people go there, and not only the kids, but the parents get really proud of the kid to reach that level. When on the reality, it's just a kid. He should be promoted, he should be taught, but in a different way. We have, I believe, the best martial art in the entire world. There is no doubt in terms of defending yourself on the street, in terms of working out, in terms of mental exercise. There is no doubt Jiu-Jitsu is beyond any other style. But because we are disorganized, like I said before, and also because a lot of the schools don't have a program where you can show the students that he can reach for a goal, he can reach for a target. It's just like row, and tough training, and it really short the, the number of people that will join that. We've been growing a lot, but if we are more organized and if we have a set program that people learn in a uh, way that they can really reach to a goal where the goal is to be efficient in jiu-jitsu, that will really help us to be out there. So besides the belt thing that I think is on the American culture, and judo no, I'm sorry. Taekwondo and karate are ahead of us on this kind of thing because they use this as a marketing, as a business. We don't. So that one factor, but the factor we don't have schools with program and we don't have an organization in jiu-jitsu, it really keep us struggling to grow, you know?
Do you think that there's a benefit? Mixed martial arts is has the largest market share in the martial arts, in the quote unquote martial arts business community. Do you think there's a benefit, much like the UFC model of the UFC gyms, of combining jujitsu specific programs with MMA programs as well as general fitness?
Well, that is a benefit in part, but I think the jiu-jitsu program is the most popular one because I see there is many schools that have these programs, but it is limited with the number of people that join. And the jiu-jitsu program is always the biggest one. So I have example in different schools, but it seems like the most successful schools, most successful martial arts schools now are just pure jiu-jitsu, you know?
You've been in the Southern California and the Torrance, Lomita area for many years. What have you utilized? What tools have you utilized to grow your business other than the tool of word of mouth, which I know from living in that area for a long time, I heard about you a lot over the years. So I know that word of mouth helped you a lot as well. But what other business tools have you used to help grow your business?
Well, first of all, for us to be on the level we are in an area where not only Torrance, but close by, there is so many schools, you know, is because we're doing a good job. So we are organized, we have a program, and we make sure we disclose to the student that he is our priority. Our business will be successful if we prioritize the student. We do everything for them. They are there to learn, and they are our priority. We are there to teach them. We are there to understand them. We are there to really make them change their lives with jiu-jitsu. So I think this has been the secret for us to succeed. And we not only teach jiu-jitsu to these people, but we helping them on their day-by-day life, on how to eat, on how to behave towards other people, towards the job. And so it's being completely lifestyle that we'll be showing to our students, and I think that's the main uh, reason of our success. But there is a couple of things that is being successful too, and I think the internet with the Google advertising is something that gives us a good return.
How long have you been involved in the use of Google advertising?
Probably 15 years.
So that's a primary tool that you use to help grow your business externally. Internally, I know that you value a curriculum, a structured teaching curriculum in order to manage the expectations of your students. Can you talk more about how your curriculum plays a role in maintaining and retaining students and maintaining their interest in jiu-jitsu over time?
Yeah, what we do, we have a program, like I said before, with a goal. So they know what they need to learn, they know what they need to practice, and they know they need to be efficient in that techniques in order for them to step forward and start to be in a different level. So I think what is good is to have a program that have the whole uh, structure to bring the student to the level where he will learn the full jiu-jitsu program at the end of the course. So he pretty much expecting that his course would take that long. And the program we had was designed putting responsibility on us. So give us time to make sure they learn if they are present in class. So it's important for the student to be there, but it also is important that we make sure they learn. So put a lot of responsibility on us too.
For your curriculum, is it all self-defense based, or do you combine self-defense with the sportive aspects of jiu-jitsu as well?
Is self-defense, but when we talk about the sport of jiu-jitsu, I don't understand too much. Sport means jiu-jitsu tournament, and I I don't agree too much with this aspect of jiu-jitsu sport. Jiu-jitsu is a martial art, and we do tournaments, friendly tournaments, and that's pretty much the vision I have about this. So the program we have is completely based in the efficient of jiu-jitsu for combat. All right, but with that in mind, we know that the student can use that to compete in a tournament, to fight on a cage, to defend himself on the street. So that is the design of our program is to keep jiu-jitsu as a martial art and give the student the ability to use it for fun or use it for self-defense.
Who do you feel benefits the most from a curriculum that is based in self-defense?
Oh, they all get, because we are people living in cities and we are susceptible to be in a situation where we need to defend ourselves. So, if they learn a full jiu-jitsu program, they will be able to defend themselves. That is one thing I've been listening since I was white belt. Once you learn jiu-jitsu, nobody gonna say I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna be able to defend myself, and at the end we'll see how the overcome will be.
You have a lot of experience with the different aspects of jiu-jitsu. You are intimately tied to the history of jiu-jitsu in the United States. Your teaching and your knowledge and your reputation are at a high level. What do you have to share with people who are just joining jiu-jitsu and look to you and think to themselves, I want to do that one day? What recommendations do you have to them, to the person starting out that wants to one day be an instructor like yourself?
Well, what I recommend is that they dedicate themselves at least 3 times a week to go and learn, for them to listen to the instructors, and for them to, most important, to know they are in a school where there is a program where the instructors have knowledge to teach them the real martial art of jiu-jitsu. That's the more important thing. And being class, learning, don't try to advance too fast, masterize the positions, the fundamentals of jiu-jitsu. Be a master on that. Know exactly the timing, the way to apply the techniques. And that will bring them to a very high level.
I know you're running short on time, so we'll wrap it up here soon, but I do have a couple more questions. One thing is, we spoke a little bit earlier on about the self-defense aspect, and of course, as we talked about competition, you also said that, you value competition, but of late, the competitive aspect, the sportive aspect of jiu-jitsu has been dominating more so than the self-defense aspect of jiu-jitsu in terms of the attention that it's gotten. As a person that's watched this happen over the last several decades, why do you think that's happened in America and around the
Well,
world?
I think because Carlos Gracie Jr. Doing a good job. He created a good organization for the tournaments. He promoted that. He have a lot of people that go in there. He got together the schools. We don't agree with the rules. All the timers on jiu-jitsu usually don't like the rules, but that's a different aspect. But he did a good job promoting jiu-jitsu. There is a lot of people that know jiu-jitsu because this event, you know, they create an organized uh, federation that promote these tournaments. He advertising, he promotes, is very well organized, is very clean, is very so is being drafting people attention, and on the other side, with the self-defense situation, we haven't done too much. What we do is few schools like mine and a couple others that teach the full program, you know. So, and we don't have an organization that put out there and show regular people what are we doing. And on the other hand, the IBJJF doing all this promotion, showing videos, showing online things, and promoting events that, like I say, very well organized. So that became a big aspect. But on the other hand, you gotta think about you that in every school, pretty much, the number of competitors in jiu-jitsu tournament are not the majority of the school uh, students' data. So there is a big gap there that could be fulfilled by um, another organization like the one thinking about that could um, do the same job, that they've been doing with the IBJJF, but in exploring a different aspect without to be confrontational with them.
As I said earlier, I know you are short on time and you have classes to teach right now. So,
Oh no, I just want to say I'm thankful to what Jiu-Jitsu gave me and still give me, not only to me, but for my sons too. Is a lifestyle that we can buy anywhere else. So that is not for sale. It required a lot of effort. It required you a lot of focus, a lot of integrity, a lot of honor. So, I just want to say that I fully engaged in spreading jiu-jitsu for so many years, and I still going for more years as my life allowed me. And I'm working now to see the Global Federation to grow and be out there showing people that there is another part of jiu-jitsu that can be very interesting for them too.
well, I am joining you in that effort, and I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come and sit and talk with me. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure, huh? Thank you.
Thank you to my guest today, Master Caique Elias. And as always, a thanks to you, the audience of the Voice of JJGF, for spending your time with us today. A special thanks to Savannah M. for her continued support in the production of the Voice of JJGF.